Hey guys, so in my last set of videos, I talked pretty at length about the caged system, and that's just, in summation, it's kind of the most common, I would say, the most important groupings of first position chords on the guitar, and that comprises of C, A, G, E, and D. And one of the things I get questions about a lot. Is how do I use the capo? How do I, what's even the benefits of those? Why do you even use those? Is that cheating? I hear that a lot. And so the way that I think about using a capo is I always go by the expression play smarter, not harder. What I mean by that is, let's say you're in the key of B flat. Do I want to be barring, playing these? That's okay. I can do that, but it achieves a certain tone. There's a certain quality when you're barring chords that it's typical. That's what you think of. That's what it sounds like every time you're playing them. It sounds like a bar chord. It kind of you can find ways to play them that are a little more artistic. But what I find is that I'm not always looking for that type of a sound. This very like completely. I don't know. Like it just to me, it's not what I'm always looking for, especially in instances where I'm playing a song and I'm singing at the same time. I want to take advantage of all of those open strings, the hammer-ons, all those things I want to use. And so one of the things that I would love to show you in this video is, number one, using those caged chords, and then how those caged chords can, in any key, when you find out where to put the capo, those caged chords can give you a brand new key. Just like when we were talking about, you take this D, you move it up, it's a D sharp, all that stuff. I want to show you where to put the capo, and then once you find out where to put it, I'm going to show you how the capo allows you to use cool voicings, and you can use hammer-ons, you can play leads sometimes at the same time as you're playing chords, and to me that's just all benefit. So I consider the capo my friend. And then the other thing I want to show you is that when you use the capo correctly, you can actually complement other instruments, other people who are playing with you. And if you don't want to play the exact same chords, these using a capo can actually be to your benefit. Let's talk about how do I find the place to put the capo. So let's just pick any key, for example. So B flat. There's the E configuration. Here's the A configuration. Here's the G configuration, like this. The C configuration, let's see. That one. The D would be there. So anyway, there's all these ways, but what's really, really cool about that is when you see where I'm putting my fingers for this D shape. That actually is going to tell me where I can put the capo in order to get these particular chord voicings. So let's just take this D form of a B flat, like that. I can then take my capo and place it where the neck would normally be, and that will form where it needs to be, so I can play D shape. So let me show you what that looks like. So so that means I would need to put it here. And I want you to watch what happens. So I'm playing like a D chord, A, and B minor, G. But I'm really not playing those chords at all. I'm playing those shapes, but I have a capo on, so I'm playing actually B flat. Then this would be E flat. I'll show you another example. Let's stay in B flat, but let's say I want a different voicing. The other one I used was, remember, the G configuration over here, which really, the first position is this, of the G. But watch. So I put my bar where it would be if I was playing a G chord. now I've got another way to play B flat. Okay, now I'm playing G shapes, but it's capoed on 3, so I'm actually in the key of B flat. Really cool. So I can do these really cool hammer-ons I'm used to doing in the key of G. So there's huge benefits. Let's say you're playing with a female vocalist and the comfiest key for her is B flat, and you're like, well, I want to really accompany her well. So you can use this method to really work with and find what you can do to support people well. Let's do one more. So let's stay with B flat. Remember, I said this is also B flat over here. It's really like this. So that's the correct first, A position bar chord. But look, see where I'm putting my finger over here? That's where the capo needs to go if I want to play the A shapes. So here we go. Put it over here. So one of the biggest lessons for me in this whole thing is I want to use as many of the strings as possible that allow me to ring it out. They allow me sustain. They really allow me to use more of the guitar in just a more effective, more musical kind of a way. I want to show you one more example, but I'm going to use just some of my favorite ones. Some of my favorite uses of the capo are when I'm in the key of E, which is a really nice key, open strings. But let's say I want to create a higher voicing. One of my favorite ones is to put it on capo 4 and use C shapes, because remember, where if I was playing a C here, my little bar would be like this. My caged form of an E, C shape is right here. So then I would put my thing here on capo 4, and then I'm playing C shapes. And I love C shapes because I love to hammer on. I love how they sound. They sound really full. I'm just so accustomed to playing these chords, and so to me they're really fun and creative. So this is the key of E, but I'm playing C shapes on capo 4. Right? That sounds just one of my favorite things to do is that. I'll do one other one is when I'm up here on capo 5 and I play G shapes, I'm actually in the key of C. So let's say you're playing with another guitar player and they're playing C chords, first position C chords, and you want to accompany them, but you want to do it and not play the exact same thing. So you can play capo 5 and play G-shaped chords, G, D, E minor, C. Depending on what other chords they're doing, you can figure out those as well. But it gets just a nice, brighter, almost mandolin kind of a sound. So it's just really great to accompany someone and to kind of diversify your tones and your sounds. At the end of this video, I'll show you an example of myself playing one key with open strings and then using a capo to use the other. It just creates a lot of broadness in the sound and the tonal spectrum when you can have different sounding accompaniment and it all kind of expands the sound that you're hearing. So that's kind of an introduction there for you. So yeah, experiment, use those first position caged chords and find your, let's say you want to do D shapes for the key of E. One of my favorite things to do is go on capo 2, and I actually leave the E open. I bar all 1 through 5 and I leave this low E open, and then it creates kind of this drop D kind of a sound, and I'm playing D chords, so watch this. Because I haven't tuned the string down, I don't need to do any sort of weird configuration to get a G chord. So that's a lot of fun doing that. Same thing you can actually do on C on the 4th fret. You leave that lower E open, and you can get this. So play a C chord, leave that E open, because remember, we're in E if we're playing C shapes. Pretty cool. So check out this video right here of me playing one riff or one set of chords with open strings, and then me playing another set of chords using a capo, and just listen to how they complement each other. It's one of the things I love about using a capo. I recommend you use it. That's not cheating. You actually have to understand what you're doing in order to use it. And you're just taking advantage of the whole guitar and the spectrum of the fretboard and what it has to offer you. So if you don't have one, pick one up. There's plenty different shapes and sizes, and they all work the same way. Hey guys, so as I'm editing this video, I realize, man, it would be really nice to have like a chart that just has all of the positions of where to put a capo, and now you got it. So take a screenshot, whatever you got to do. Use this for whatever you need. It's a little cheat sheet, little shortcut on how to place your capo in the right spot. Here you go. Thanks for watching this video. Feel free to check out the other videos about caged, part 1 and part 2, and we'll see you on the next one.